Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. Good afternoon, good evening. I hope everyone's having a great day. Luminox, welcome to the stream. Sorry for that noise. I'm trying to adjust my mic out of my face a bit here. All right, so we left off last night by doing some things with the user profile, and I want to continue that today. Cody Griffith, welcome back to the stream. Zion, welcome back to the stream. Thank you all for tuning in. So today I want to do some more stuff with the user profile. I designed like a little bit of a concept of what I would want to do. Like 5 minutes ago, I just put this together as a general direction. Like I mentioned last night, probably will have a designer design something towards the end because I'm not equipped to do so myself, I don't believe. Nor do I have the time, nor want, nor desire to really do the design piece. But what I want to do is I want to get the pieces in place for a set designer to be able to design something. So just a general direction. And then obviously like this area here would be the content of whatever one of these pages are. These would be like page links, right? Or navigation links. So yeah, let's check in on Linear and see what we have as far as our tasks go. So for comments, I think we're done with comments for the time being. I have some other things that I want to check into as well as add potentially in the future. But the main issues with that are taken care of. The upvote button still kind of annoys me, but it's functional and it works. The project page, I should probably add the images. For $5, paying someone to grind all that design stuff for you is worth it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would choose the $5 person, but somebody on there for sure. Project page, I want to add the image gallery to the project because right now with our projects, it just looks kind of pretty bland, just like a thumbnail. So being able to add screenshots, again, similar to ProductHunt. If we go here and I don't click on a promoted one this time, you can see here that they have a gallery with different screenshots that people can upload to kind of showcase the project a little bit more. Yeah, it's similar to Trello. I think it's made for development teams. I saw somebody else using it, or I saw it somewhere, Twitter, I think. And it looked pretty cool, so I just decided to give it a shot. But I use Trello for work, and so I don't want to deal with using that. This just looks nicer to me. Yeah, I'm assuming that these are supposed to be like the issue numbers or the ticket numbers or the branch numbers, but obviously I'm not going that crazy with this. I'm just using it more as a way to visualize, keep track of ideas. Yeah, it's very nice, and it's free for, I think, as long as you're working by yourself, so similar to Trello. But I really like the sub issues. It makes it really cool. And then when I visualize this, I can either visualize it with the sub issues or without. So yeah, just something I'm playing with here. So yeah, the project page needs some improvement. I know that Daisy UI has a gallery, I believe. I haven't actually looked too much into that though. What do they call it? They call it a slider maybe? Or a carousel. And I know I'm blinding with the light theme. I don't know. What do you all think? In my opinion, I just feel like for my own personal browsing, I like to browse in dark mode, but when I'm trying to put something together, it just seems easier for me to tell what looks good and what doesn't on a later theme. I don't know. Could just be me though. But something like this would be pretty cool. Just a gallery, probably honestly like this with the buttons at the bottom. Yeah, I was using winter for a while. Emerald looks nice too. I'd have to change up the buttons because I don't like the sharp corners. But I use winter in another project. I think in... Wait, does Emerald have... Oh, the buttons are rounded. Nice. I mean, this looks pretty nice too, to be fair. It looks a little bit less white, which I think I like. Yeah, I think that's what it is too, the shadows. But it is nice knowing that eventually we can get to the point where potentially we can just have the user even create their own theme or just select one like they're doing here. Although I haven't really looked into how to do so with server-side rendering. Obviously I could do it in an on mount or someplace else, but the it's gonna flicker. I don't want that. So I'm pretty sure I can just store a value in locals and then take care of it that way. But I gotta figure that out. So yeah, they have a carousel. And I think we're gonna use something like that, one of these just for the time being. I think that'll do a good enough job of giving us what we want. I don't know if I like the arrows on the images themselves. Those kind of look a little bit corny. And then this, I'm not really sure. Yeah, no, certainly. I know that's been a requested topic a few times already, so that would certainly make the videos for sure. Yeah, I think we'll use this one for now. Looks okay enough. And I'm certainly going to make this into a component. So last night I moved some things into components. I moved over some icons. So I'm using unplugin icons from Vite unplugin icons now instead of the hero icons or the Svelte dash icons that I was using that hasn't been updated in like years. And so far so good. So this is going to be a carousel. I guess I will probably... I'll probably just take in an array of images. And I got to figure out, because I'm going to have to transform these images. And I guess across my site, if an image is coming from PocketBase, I'm going to need to get the image URL. So I'm going to need to transform it into a URL each time. So I guess I could do... A user can pass in, or myself will pass in an array of images, because with PocketBase, when we go to create that field, it would be file and it would have more than one. So it's going to be an array. So we could potentially just pass in that array of values or array of file names, and then from there be able to build it inside the component itself versus having to do anything on the actual page itself. So then I can just run my normal And I think I can also get the index. Let me see here. I can't remember what the actual syntax is to get the index. I think I just say comma index. Yeah, okay. So for this, I would say each images as image, comma I for the index. And then I would just need one of these. And then as far as the item goes, I would say item plus item plus index. And then down here, I'll do the same thing for the hrefs. And this would be actually index plus 1. Because it's going to start at 0 and then go down. Okay, so obviously we don't have anything here just yet. I'm going to need to do the get image URL here. And I would pass it the, well, I guess I'd honestly probably take in the whole project here. And it would be each project.images. So then I can use the project, I think it's collection ID comes first, right? Yeah, project.collection ID, project.id, and then project. Then image, and then just image, because I think it's just an array of file names. So then image would be the file name. And then for the thumbnail, we can leave that blank because we have a default set there. It's probably gonna look pretty bad at the beginning, but then project is gonna be of type project. I know this is not a proper alt tag. I got to figure out how to handle that too. I guess the user could add one. After the fact potentially, but we'll see. Okay, so this is our carousel component. Now we probably need to actually set up the field inside of PocketBase. So it's gonna be a file field. We're gonna call it images. For thumbnails, we're using 2 million bytes, so we'll use 2 million bytes for images as well. We can keep the same validation. We'll give them the option for 5. We're gonna do images, and then we'll also add image/webp. And then they have the option to leave this blank. I don't have to upload them, I guess. Okay. No, save. Which means we now need to edit our edit project page, and that's where the images and media page is going to come into play. And I could probably fix this up at the same time, doing something similar to what we had before, or with the profile page. So let's go into our my projects, or I'm sorry, project/project ID, and then edit. Okay, so one thing for sure is, are we tracking? So the layout isn't tracking the URL.path name. And I'm doing this manually here. And then I need to import the page from the store. We'll say a page.url.pathname equals the nav item.href. Then we want to set it to active. Wait a second, what did I break? Oh, I know why. I guess I'll just change this. I don't really care that much about the width being 5/6. Oh, it's like, it's the padding I have on this page. Hello, Wave. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so I guess if we just do that, I wonder if it's because of the length of the text. So this is my images page. Jose, welcome to the stream. What's up? How you doing? Okay, so it looks like what we can do is, let me see if Tailwind UI has something like this. I don't think I can show Tailwind UI. So I have Tailwind UI as well that I purchased, but I don't know if I can, what I can show on stream as far as like the code as I'm browsing through the components or not. When I read the license, it's a little bit unclear. But I'm looking for like a something like this. Let's just see how this looks. Do not need any of these. You cannot share your access to the components and templates with any other individuals. Yeah, right. That would obviously mean sharing like my credentials, but I know I can use them on. I've seen people make videos on them. But I think it's a matter of like just sharing everything. This is probably gonna look terrible. 1 second though, let me. Check the link. Yeah, I can pull the license up. 1 second, I have it right here. These are what I can't do. Can't redistribute them or derivatives separately from an end product, neither in code or as design assets. Share access to the, I don't really know what this, when it says separately from an end product, that means, in my opinion, like a library, a component library, for example. It's not competitive or in conflict with them. And then creating a web application where the primary usage is not to simply redistribute the components. Yeah, so I'm not doing any of these. And if anyone from Tailwind ends up seeing this and thinks otherwise, let me know and I will stop doing it. But yeah, let's see how this looks though in our application real quick. Okay, so this is what I'm kind of looking for. This might be too light of text. Problem with Daisy UI right now for me, I can obviously change this, but I wish they had like a slightly darker, but less, slightly darker than 300, but slightly less dark than neutral. But I might just use neutral for these. And that looks weird compared to this, right? Where's my input? Oh, it's right here. Well, I guess I could wrap. Okay. Now for a drop zone, does the input itself need to take up the entirety of the So I thought if I drop on this though, I thought if I drop on a label, that would work. Okay, I just need to set up a function to do that. Hi Stan, welcome to the stream. Let's just copy this and I'm going to modify it and look at how we can do this. So it looks, you just need to set up an on drop. So I guess here we don't need a label. We can just use a div. We can just say on drop, and then we'll set up this function up here. So I think I do something different last time. This is actually not just an event where I need to first let me just see if this works and then I can type it. Doesn't work. Put a drag over event handler on the drop target element, and the handler will turn off the default browser's drag behavior on drag over. Oh wait, did I So right now I'm just trying to get this drop zone to work. Okay, so that did something, or it took the images. Let me, okay, cool. So it did drop the files and it console logged the names. So I think now what I actually have to do is I have to actually add these to the inputs. Right, because currently right now well, why is it doing that? Oh, okay, it's just console logging that files are in the drop zone, and the longer I hold it over there, it's just repeating that same console log every time I. So this actually isn't populating the files, right? So I think what I need to do there is, let's see here. In my profile page, I need to set the do I need to select the input and then add the files to that while it's in this loop here? So item.get as file. And then can I just append it to a file list? But what does the file list actually look like? So I believe that drop zone actually isn't populating the input, of course, because right now there's no link to the two. And I don't know if can I just add that to the file list? Okay, so I think here, so I think what I need to do is actually select the input. And then I'll just give this input an ID of I guess that's fine. And in the drop handler, Boyan says, why are you selecting inputs with document get element instead of binding to that element? And also this will error out because document won't exist initially. It might need to be on mount. Yeah, I guess I could bind it to the input, bind file input to the input. But let me just see here. Let me just get this to work first. Don't want to come out judgmental. Just document window don't initially exist. That's why. No, seriously, I'll take any feedback. I just copied over most of this from MDN, so I'm just trying to see how to handle a drop zone like this, and then add the actual files to the input. So this over here works, but I guess that's because of the fact that technically I'm not showing the preview. I'm not able to even show the preview until after they drop. So for example, on this page here, on the profile page, I'm able to drop a picture, for example. So I'm able to do this here. So then we'd be getting the okay, so right now, let me just see what is going on here. Am I actually getting the files in the... Yo, man, I'm being hidden from the live feed. Do you know what you did to get in here with Goose? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you're on about. 24-hour streaming React and JS. I'm not sure what you mean. I stream 24/7 for 5 days now, and I'm being shadowed or something. Glad you made it though. Grind. Oh, you're saying the live feed. I'm not even sure what that is. You're talking about on YouTube's live feed? Also, I dig the thumbnail. Very quick. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Yep, I designed those myself. I'm not the best designer, but I've been trying to keep a consistent brand going. So right now, I need to see if this is actually being... I believe when I bind this, like so, it will work, correct? Or do I have to actually set that inside of onbound as well? Boyan. Because again, here I didn't have to actually even, I didn't even use bind for some reason. I actually selected it, but you mean Shadowban? Yeah, it might be, they may think since you've been streaming for 24/7 for 5 days, it could come across as like potentially pre-recorded streams. I don't know. Or is it just 5 different 24-hour streams, or is it just one straight stream for 24 hours? 5 times, because if you've been streaming for 5 days straight, they might be trying to encourage you to get some sleep. But still try with the document, get element, bind initially, and then bind just to check if it works initially. Okay, got it. So I'll knock this bind off here. Yeah, I'll go back and clean everything up too. I just want to get this working. I haven't actually implemented one of these before, like a drop zone from scratch. I've always used like a component, which is so right now this is just copied over from MDN, so it's just checking and console logging the files. But they also say that we should be able to do file input.files. And then okay, so there we go. The event though is saying that it doesn't. Is there a different event or a more specific event that I can use here? I'll look into that shortly. So I think by setting this would actually set the files. So now when I go to edit the project and I drag some files over, let me clear this out. And thumbnails, let's just grab a couple of them here and then I'll drop them. Okay, cannot set properties of null setting files. Add HTML div element dot drop handler. Oh wait, maybe it's items. Oh, okay, so it looks like here, what they do is they go into each of these items and then they check the kind of being a file and then they get item.get as file. Now I wonder, is this what I have to add to the files? The actual file? Probably, right? So it's just an array of files, right? So could I do this? So how do I actually append the files to the files? Oh, great. There's the bot. Man, YouTube's bot system is pretty annoying. Okay, so this is like a stacking and queuing. I don't really care about that. I just want to drag and drop all the files. So I'm not too concerned with how to actually upload it. I actually want to add it. Am I even able to manipulate that though? That's my question. So I know how to get the files, but how do I actually add a file to the input so that when I make the form submission, the files are there? Right? I know, right? Try and log the full EV files. So it's ev.datatransfer.items. So I can log each item here, which is what I was doing before, I believe. So now when I go and drop them, but the thing is this event doesn't take place on my input itself. It's taking place on a div that's the drop zone. Okay, so this is what I have here. So I have the files themselves. Yeah, so the input's not handling them. So what I thought I could do is I would be able to actually just add them to the file list of the input. But does that require an event? Or do I just want to make the entire input that drop zone, like the whole input, or a... So if I... Let me actually look at this. Let me look at something else real quick. Let's see. So if I drop onto this label here, because with a regular input, I can just drop onto it, right? I can just drag and drop straight onto the input. Like here at this one, if I just drop onto this, it works fine. Now, when it comes to multiple images, I don't know if the same thing applies, but it like wants to open the images. And I guess that might be because I'm trying to drop it onto the label. What if you make the input absolute literally behind the div? Hacks, but could work. Yeah, and just take up the entirety of the space of the div. So let me see here. Where's my actual other page for editing projects? I think it's right here. Or I'm going to leave it alone and just let them select it for now because I don't want to spend a million years on. So this label is for thumbnail. Now let me give this an ID of thumbnail actually. Let me just see if this works first. So now when I click on thumbnail itself, it's opening that. And then if I just drag an image on top of thumbnail, okay, so it has to be on top of the actual image itself or the actual input itself. Okay, so those images display there, and I could render those out the same way that I did with the profile picture, right? Fixing JavaScript issues with CSS. It's sad that I don't know how to do this, but that's the beauty of component libraries handling all that for you. That's also one of the downfalls of it, right? So yeah, for now, I don't want to spend too much time on this right now because I want to get on to more cool stuff with the users. So what I'll just have them do is we're gonna upload the pictures, and then I want to actually be able to display them in a carousel here, and then I'll figure this out later. So I'll just upload like some random pictures here, and then I need to post those to the PocketBase server. And then to validate this, I'm going to set up a schema, and it's going to be similar to the create project UTO schema. I'm just going to have thumbnail a few times. I'm going to have so what it's going to have is it's going to have multiple images. It's going to have an array. So this will be an array of instance of blobs. So instead of being just this, you go here and figure out what I need to do. I think it's going to be just an array. Yeah, so I just need to wrap the instance of in a z.array. So it should be an array of blobs, and then each of them are going to have those same same validation. It's going to need to be less than or greater than 10,000 bytes and less than 2 million bytes. So we should be able to say z.array or z.array. I actually had somebody comment on my video. I think he was giving me shit for pronouncing Z as Z, and I'm from America, but I personally think it's easier to say many times than just Z, 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 Z. Okay. This is also going to have to take in a user. And I think it'll also be a project. No, actually, I'll get that from the params. So I think this is fine. Really, I don't even think I need this either. So we should really get form data and errors, validate data, and then we're going to pass in await request.form data, I believe is how we're doing it. And then we also have to pass in the schema, which is going to be update project images DTO, which I misspelled that. Oh, whoops. So now this should be a form data object with what's actually not form data, but it's just a body or an object with user and thumbnail. And then I'll need to serialize this to send it back to the PocketBase server because it's expecting multi-part form data. So I can say if errors, I'm going to return invalid. I think I can return. What am I doing for this? Sorry, I haven't actually messed with my forms here in a while, and I set up all these. So I should need to pass data back. I'm just going to pass the errors. And that'll give them the messages that explain that their images are either the wrong type, or too big, too small, or the wrong type. And then otherwise, what I want to do is I want to try I actually need to name this properly. So let me just, it's gonna make my life a bit easier. And then I'm gonna need the project ID so I can get that from params. And then I need to pass the data in, which is going to be serialized. And I think I have a I think this is how I should do it. That should be a client response error from PocketBase. And then I can just say throw error. Okay, cool. I don't think it's gonna work right away. I need to just check something. Let me check my upload profile picture one and make sure I'm not tripping here. So I think this may work. Let me just see. We can test it out. Okay, so did not work, at least from what I can tell. Do I not have a method on this form? I do. Upload images. Oh, I might have some errors actually. One second, let me, okay, so it expected an array, it received an object. That's because I think I actually have to pass each one of those. I think in the form data, it's going to look, they're going to have like the same name. Let me just check this really quick here. Where's z.object? You're talking about in the schema? So, oh, you're saying I could pass it here. Yeah, let me just see what this looks like really quick though. So these all have the same name. So essentially you have to do an object and then an array and then that, right? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I guess it is an object. Well, yeah, I guess it is an object, right? Well, actually, it's going to have multiple. Yeah, I'm going to have to figure this out too, because actually, well, I guess I could also just rip out the. So when I get a single image from form data, it only gives me one back, right? So I basically need to get all of these. Okay, so this is an issue too. So let's look at the PocketBase logs really quick. I'm being spammed right now. Yes, I can take a break. 15. Okay, so images, maximum allowed file size. So I'm uploading a file that's too big. One of them is, at least. So let me just, yep, I found this file that's too big. Let me actually just try to upload them. I just want to see if this is working and then see how we can go about getting the form data to be proper there. So this is fine. Okay, so that went through. Let's just look and see if it actually uploaded. And it did. So we get the images here. So now it's gonna be a matter of actually validating them on the Wizard. And I guess I'll have to like rip apart form data and then check each one of those. Like, I don't know if I'll be able to just pass the whole thing in there like I've been doing with other forms across the site. Because technically, when it gets to well, I guess if I do this, let me look at this really quick. So because I think that's what we're doing on the validate side. I think we're doing an object from entries. So I am doing an object from entries form data here. So that might be where it's actually just freaking out. Let me see. That's fine. Okay, so when I do object.from entries, it's only getting the first image, most likely, or the last image, because of the fact that they have the same property name. There can't be duplicate properties in an object. So I need to figure out how we can do that. Probably have to use like a So I know Zod form data has files. The file type, but I'm not sure what the okay, so I am gonna have to use this most likely for this. I don't have to, but I probably should. So Zod form data, it basically will automatically turn, so if the form data contains multiple entries with the same field name, it will automatically turn that field into an array. If you're expecting multiple values for a field, use repeatable. But I don't think I even have to go as far. Oh, I guess I could do this. So it'd be zfd.repeatable, and then it would be the array, and then my normal blob validations there. Yeah, Zod's pretty cool. I spent a lot of time earlier in this project working with it and trying to figure out, I mean, the image validation piece was a pain to figure out at first, just because I wasn't sure what to use as far as the and actually it became easier once I just decided to use instance of. I think the issue was that I was trying to do optional, but what was happening was it was like passing it in as like a string, of course, or like an empty field. So yeah, but this is pretty cool. I do like this. Being able to get into the blob and then check the size and everything. Whoa, how did I have 20, I had 21 viewers at one point in time. I don't check my view count while I'm live. Usually I just have it hidden. I had 21 viewers. Wow, that's strange. It's the most I've ever had. Okay, so that is working, at least right now. I'm not validating it yet. Someone is coming right now to my house to pick something up, or they're coming to buy a chair. So I'm going to take a 15-minute break, or 10 to 15-minute break, so that my dogs aren't going crazy in the background. And I will be back, and I'm going to look at further validating the images and then moving on to displaying them in the carousel on the project page. So I'll be back. Thank you all for hanging out. I'm just going to go on a quick break. All right, we're back. Sorry about that brief intermission there. Okay, so right now we don't have validation working, but we have the ability to upload images for our projects. And now I want to display those images on the project page. Wayne said, I've been trying to keep up with the live streams, but due to the time zones, you stream when I'm not awake, but your last condensed PV video was quite helpful. Thank you. I'm sorry about that. I can really only stream in the evenings because I work during the day, but I'm going to have more condensed videos. I actually have one being uploaded tomorrow. So I created a carousel component earlier, and I'm going to use this for displaying the images. So let me go into the project page. And then I guess it will go above the comments. And then I think I just need to pass it in the project. Or I'm sorry, project is gonna be data.project. I think that's all it needs. Oh man, that looks terrible, but it's there, right? Oh, it said a fixed height of like, do I have 128? I guess it doesn't help that I uploaded like a stupid sized image. So let me, why does it keep dragging me? It's because the okay, so this is here. I don't like this at all. I don't like that it drags me, the anchor drags me all the way down here. I think that's something I can actually fix. Let me see how it looks here. When I do this here, so I guess it's at the end of the page, which is why it doesn't take me all the way down there. So the browser will snap vertically to the image when you click the buttons. Oh, I hate that. Let me look at something really quick. Let me see if I can find an alternative. I don't know if Tailwind UI has one or not, but we'll check to see. I don't think they do. So is there a way I can not snap like that? I don't think there is, right? Because that's what's actually causing it to change pictures, right? I wonder if this same would apply for the okay, whatever. I'm not going to obsess over those details just yet. We do have the images on the page. We have comments functional, working. We have replies functional and working. Deleting comments, upvoting comments, and this is actually now I think I want to work on the profile page a bit more. I have like a rough design that I like. I already have a lot of the pieces together for this, but I definitely want to add some things to the user's profile, like a bio, probably social links and website. And that would all go here on this profile settings page. So let's begin adding some of those. These will of course be optional fields. So if they're gonna put a bio in, I want it to be at least 2. And then we'll do, what else will we do? Website. And then I guess for social links, I wonder how I should do this. If I should have for social links in a database, should I do a single, should I have like Twitter URL here, or like Twitter, YouTube, or I guess I could do only domains here. So I guess this would make sense, right? To do like Twitter. And I could do twitter.com. So what does it want for the URL? Does it want just So now if I edit myself here and then I set my Twitter to that works. If I try to set YouTube to Twitter, okay, so that URL domain is not allowed. Awesome. So that works pretty well, actually. So I guess we could also add GitHub. And then what else for social links? Website, Twitter, YouTube, GitHub. I'm probably not going to add Facebook on here. I think that'll do for now. I guess I could add Twitch. And we'll leave it at this for now, just to get some of that working. Okay, so I guess now we can start to create some additional fields in the profile page or profile settings page for social links, things like that. So let's go there. Where are we? And TypeScript's gonna yell at me for now because I haven't actually updated the types. So we'll also have a Twitter. Okay, do we have anything else? Oh, bio. Which is going to be a text area. It's not going to be required. These will not be required, and this won't either. We'll pass the errors in if they have any. And these errors will come from Zod. We field errors. When it comes to Zod, am I able to check like a URL? Okay, so let's modify our schema now, our Zod schema for the users or the user profile. And that's going to be update profile. And then we're going to have a few more things. We're going to have a bio. And it's not required. But I think I set the maximum to what, 512? And then we're going to have a website. Which will be .url. Wait, it's gonna be .url and then actually I don't think I even need the required errors. If it's optional, I don't need those. Oh, I think why I did this actually, I think I'm actually picking this somewhere else and then making it required. So let me just set that anyways, because I don't think this will actually even trigger if optional is here. But if I want to use one of these fields later in another schema, I think I can make it required, and then this would show. I believe I did that for some reason, so I'm going to leave it. Alrighty, so that schema is here. We're inferring the type, I believe, but we will need to update the type here. So now we're going to have more than just these fields. We're going to have a bio, which will be optional. We're going to have a website. A Twitter, a YouTube, and a GitHub. So now in my user profile action here, I shouldn't need to do anything. So basically I'm validating the data. If the avatar doesn't get changed, it's going to take it out of the form data before it passes it to validate data, which will return form data in along with the types from that schema. And then I think this should be fine. I think everything should still work the same way, given our validation still works. So okay, updated profile. So that means it was successful. And then if we, go off this page and reload, we should be getting the values populated with the information from PocketBase. And if we come into PocketBase and refresh, we now have the user's profile information showing. Which is pretty cool. However, none of that information is currently populated on the profile itself. I also want to be able to show, what are their recent projects, or what are they like, the projects that they've liked or upvoted. I'm going to change the hearts eventually to probably an upvote, because I don't know. We'll see. And actually I need to edit this projects page here. Let me just so on the project page, if it doesn't have images, I don't want to show the carousel. So I need to actually run a check here. So but I think this is going to return an empty array. So let me, okay, cool. All right, I think change the heart to a Twitter check mark and charge $8 a month to let people use it. Hey, I should, huh? I actually saw, I think Hero Icons. Hero Icons has it here. Okay, I hate how this looks. I know that's on my to-dos to add to redesign the comments. I hate how it's over here like this though, but the functionality's there. I want to work on the profile page now and getting the bio and everything set up, looking good, looking okay. So this is the project page at the moment. Well, there's a layout. So my idea was to have it look something like this, where this is all layout, and then these are the individual pages, like the content of the pages would go here. But again, just a rough idea. So for that, I guess I'll start off with setting up a box. It's not going to be the full width of the page, but close-ish to it. And then I'll have the avatar, I'll have the name, the username, the bio, and then the social links underneath that. And I'll probably create a component for the social links to just spit out whatever variant I pass to it. So I guess I'll have flex columns first, and then I'll handle the images, or handle the avatar, I believe. So it's gonna go avatar, then the name, then the username. So in the bio will go here. Oh, why didn't my errors actually render out? Oh, of course, it's the one that I didn't change. Okay, bio must be less than 512 characters. Not really sure how much that is, but it seems pretty short for a bio. That has to be less than that many characters, right? There's no way this is 512 characters. Yeah, it should be, but there's only 109 characters in this. So it's probably something with my, I changed the message, but I probably didn't change the count in my schema. So yeah, it's correct. I did not. I left it at 64. Website, I'm actually going to make all of these a bit longer. I'm not sure what the max length of a username is on Twitter, but I know YouTube channel names, if you don't have a handle, then it's going to be some pretty long value. I think I should fix that though. So this should still fit here. Welcome to the stream, by the way, Riley. Fikran, welcome to the stream. Thank you. Yeah, I just noticed that too. That's what you get when you copy stuff. Okay, so updated profile. So now when I go to the profile, this looks like trash. So let me... That looks a bit better. I know it's kind of throwing me off because this is over here, but I think for the profile, I guess this will be okay. And then underneath of that, I want to put the social links. So let me go to Iconify and find the icon names that I need. I'm gonna try to use the same set. I feel like there's like a brand icons collection or something, right? Isn't it like called dev icons or something? Maybe it's SVG logos. Then I'll just change the color of these. So Twitter, we have GitHub icon, Twitter, we have, I guess the website would be somewhere else. So GitHub is GitHub icon. I guess it's like this, right? It's just, oh, logos. Then we'd have YouTube icon. And then Twitter. I want to say Twitter was just Twitter. It's got to be different, right? So one of these will be GitHub, one of these will be Twitter. I guess I could just set these here actually. Okay. Just want to see what this looks like. That's not what I want. So are these? Okay, so these are actually like SVGs. I can set the style, I think, and then do like color. Oh, that's how I have to do it. Wait, no, that's fine. Oh, it's because I didn't have the Okay, so maybe I shouldn't be using the logos library. Let me just look elsewhere. Ant design it is, I guess. Twitter outlined. Then I'm assuming it's gonna be YouTube. Nice Twitter. Oh, I think I actually have a color set there, don't I? Let me see. Yeah, I do. Okay, so not too bad. Now I just need to make this component where I can just pass it the user, and then it will check to see what social links they have, and then only render out the social links that they have. And profile is going to be of class user, I think. I think there's a better way I can construct this. Okay, so since, oh, I didn't actually pass that in there yet. So let me do that. On the profile page, in the layout, profile is going to be equal to data.profile. So because she has all three, let's just say I take one of these away. Why is that giving me that? Oh, I know why. It's because it's passing it as a okay, that's because this is passing it as an empty string. To the schema validation library, or ZOD. When it's empty, it still recognizes it as an empty string. So I need to figure out, I probably just need to like loop over that object and then take away any of the empty strings. Because I mean, that's the same thing as not having the field essentially, right? But I guess in that case though, then it would be deleting it, which I do want it to update that. So if I take this off and I click update, I should be able to have an empty string there. So I guess but then this doesn't work. So I need to only run this if, like, I guess this could be an empty string, or if it's not an empty string, it needs to have these properties here. And I think I can use like an intersection or something within Zod. No, so it's not. I need like an optional. I need like an OR type, right? I think that's what I'm looking for, is like an OR type. So okay, so I can just do .or. And that's equivalent to a z.union. So I guess here I can just do .or. And then I'll say z.string, or I guess I could set a literal here, I believe. Yeah, it would be a z.literal or z.literal. And then I would just literally make it literal, an empty string. And I want to say this would work. And I'll make this optional. Nice, so that worked. So I guess when I pass it in as an empty string to PocketBase then, that must be the same thing as deleting it, right? Because I believe I put a minimum. Or no, I just have it a domain. Awesome. So when I pass an empty string back to PocketBase on the update, it just deletes this, which is good. So I'll do the same thing for all of these. Now for the bio, I believe I have a minimum set, so that's going to be interesting to see how that handles getting past an empty string. And I guess it works the same way, which is awesome. Cool. That makes our lives easier. But I don't want to do that for name. So name, you have to have a name and you have to have at least 2 characters. So that's required. So, and then let's make sure that our component took away Twitter, which it did. Great. So then I want to have like a menu underneath of this in a separate div that will display the various pages of the profile or of the user's profile. So we can set that up. I guess a tab may be something else that I'm looking at too, instead of a menu, although I'm not too sure. I guess this looks pretty cool, or it looks okay. So then underneath these social icons in a separate container, I'll have this, and that looks like this currently. And I really want these to be more spread out. I don't know if that's really how tabs should look. I know they should look like this probably, but that looks terrible. I don't know how I feel about this just yet. So this would be like projects. This would be activity, and then collections. So I guess I can just set my own so we'll say projects is active at first. And then they can go to activity or collections. And then we'll render out a page for all of those, right? And that'll take them to the username, the home page, or the main profile page. And then we'll have different hrefs set up for the other ones. So we'll have collections, and then, oh, I'm sorry, activity, and then collections. Which obviously don't exist just yet, but we can make those. Okay. So activity, recent projects. And I actually should probably just set up a navigation here. Nice, my Nightbot is working. Awesome. I don't know if they were present or not. Data.profile.username is going to be the projects page, and then the activity page will be /activity. And this will allow us just to easily check which one is active. And it makes it easier if we want to add more in the future. So we'll render out one of these first, and then tab active will be, we'll say $page, which is going to come from app/stores. And it'll be page.url.pathname. If that's equal to nav item.href, then we want to add the tab active class. Otherwise, we don't want to do anything. And I need to update the href here will be nav item.href. The title. So now when I click on these, you can see that this is obviously not existent, but the active page now is shown, or is highlighted, right? We can actually make this border primary, and then I thought I could override. So I have collections here. Cool. So I think this looks much better than it did before. It's not done, obviously, but it looks better. So I guess within collections, I probably want to have a this is where, again, the user will be able to create a collection or save collections of projects. But I think at first we're just going to add like a liked or upvoted projects to like a collection. So I think that's probably what we'll start off with doing. And to do that, we basically need to get we need to check all the project votes and then only return the project votes where the user is, or the user ID is equal to this user here, or the user.username is equal to this username here. And then we should be able to expand the projects from those project votes. And then get them that way, I believe. Yeah, so let me think here. I think I already have inside of my services in the project service, I have a get projects where you can add your own filter there. So we can use this method or this function here. Actually, no, I need to get the votes first. I need to get the votes. So I guess, I think that's gonna be the best way to filter this, right? Yeah, I believe so. So I guess we'll set this up inside of the pages load function at first, and then we'll probably end up moving it to a service later. And then we access the params, which will give us the username. And let me make sure I can actually call my votes. I can. So I'm going to get the votes where the username or user.username is equal to the username that I passed into this function. So we'll say const votes equals await. In the project votes, and we want to get the full list undefined here. We don't have a batch size, and then we'll have a filter, and we'll say username or user.username is equal to username. Okay, this should give us a list of upvoted projects. Let's return get upvoted, or we'll return this for now, but we need to do more inside of here because we're going to use the votes we get to actually return the projects. But I just want to make the call real quick. Okay, and these all do in fact have the user, and I need the project. I actually believe I can just expand that here. If I say expand and then I expand projects project. Or I think I can actually just expand projects. I'm sorry, expand project. So then we have all the votes, each with their own project inside of it. And then we can access this for each of the to render out those lists without having to make multiple requests to the database. We can just make one and then have this here. But first I need to serialize non-POJO. And it's going to take, this is a generic, so we need to pass it. It's going to be an array of project votes. And then this will turn this return type into an array of project votes. But also in our types though, for project votes, for project right now we have a string, but we also want to add an expand project, which is going to be of type project. And each vote is only related to one project, so this should only ever be singular. So it should only be a single object here called project. Unless that's an array of projects. I don't think so. So now inside of my collections, I could essentially render out take data in, and then I have a projects grid, which I believe all I need to pass it is projects. So here I could just render out the projects grid again. And then for projects, I'll pass it Well, I guess in this case, projects isn't that simple because it's another nested layer. I guess I could handle that inside of my I think I could just do this, and then I get and then I should just get an array of projects. Nice, awesome. Okay, that's perfect. That's exactly what I want. So then I'll just return projects here instead of returning the votes up there. So then I can set this collection up. I can set up the projects grid, and then projects will be equal to data.projects, right? Data is page data. Nice, so this is my collections. So this collection is going to be the liked, we'll just say liked or upvoted projects. I'm not sure why this isn't. Why is that acting weird there? Oh, I think it's because I'm not actually handling the votes on this page, so it doesn't have some of the fields that it needs in order to display and to actually take action on that. But that's okay for right now. Actually, I wonder if I could just expand project and then also expand project dot expand dot I'm sorry, project dot project underscore votes project like this, if that would fix that error. A lot of lag right now again. There we go. I don't have an action set up, so if I click on this vote button, it's going to break, but we are displaying the votes on the profile. We have the projects, which these are the projects that this person owns. These should be the projects that they upvoted. So if I, for example, was to take one of these away and then add these three to my upvoted, I now, when I load this page, under collections, should have the 4 upvoted projects. Then activity is going to be like an activity log, which I haven't really thought about how I'm going to handle that yet. I need to look at like some ERDs for that and see how people actually design databases around activity logs and things like that. Yeah, so far this is looking pretty good. So far, looking okay. Not too shabby. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break, go feed my dogs, and then I'll be back. Be back for probably like another hour or so to work on the collections piece. I think I want to add that now. So yeah, quick break though. Thank you all for hanging out. Okay, we are back. Sorry if that was a bit loud there. Mic was pretty close. So I guess we were on like the live explore page or something because this stream had an abnormal amount of viewers. Had 21 viewers at one time. And it's gotten 300 views since I went live, which is way more than I normally get while live. So if you came to this stream from somewhere other than my channel, let me know, because I'm interested to know how YouTube is promoting it, or if they are. Yeah, Luminox, I don't know. I had no idea. I was actually struggling earlier with something. And of course, I see a bunch of people that are chatting that I've never seen before. And I looked at my view count, I had like 21 concurrent viewers. Okay, so we got the collections working. For now, I guess I'm going to change that to liked projects because we have the hearts everywhere. So if I want a user to be able to save a collection or create a new collection, for example, I guess I would create a collections table. It would have the user and the collection's name. And then the projects, I would have to have like a collections projects, which would map a project to a collection. But I really should probably realistically work on making this better. So let's cheat a bit here and look at Svelte carousels. Wow, what a blessing. A package that was just submitted. This is exactly what I want. This is really cool as well. And they even have an autoplay. Oh wow, this is really impressive. It even does lazy loading of images. Wow, this is actually a really nice library. I'm always afraid 1Password is going to pop up some personal. So I have like my entire life in 1Password. So pardon me while I move this out of the way while I do that. And I'm definitely going to star this. Okay, there are several things to keep in mind when Svelte Carousel is used with SvelteKit. This is because Svelte Carousel is a client-side library and depends on document and window. So I knew that we need to add it as a dev dependency, and then I need to extend kit. So I think right now, we do all of our Vite config with SvelteKit now outside of this SvelteKonfig.js. We actually do it in the Vite config. So let me just install this. And then I need to optimize depths. And I guess I just do this here, right? Yeah, I do. And then I can just import this and then use it. So let's try to set that up in our component here. So which one of these do I want to use? Probably just a single item one. Yeah, we'll just keep it simple for now and just do the single dot one here, which I guess all we need to do is find this carousel and then I believe we can just render out this exact thing here. Then get rid of this, get rid of so what's happening here? I'm failing something. Oh, whoops, I was trying to get the item. Okay, here's my carousel. His next button also controls it, which I don't think I need. Oh, I can also drag. That image kind of sucks. Let me change that image really quick. I have to do something here. So what's going on with this? Oh, wait a second. Oh, I need to add the if browser here. Okay. That's what's happening. Wait, not there. Is there like a naming conflict happening because I have my component named Carousel too? I don't think that should be, right? So it must be in the cannot use import statement outside of a module. Am I doing that here? Oh, okay. This is pretty Maybe this isn't the library to use then, right? I mean, it seems like they're lacking. Oh, this looks pretty nice. But I wonder if it's gonna work with SvelteKit or not. I guess we're using every possible component library under the sun, but I don't feel like making a carousel from scratch. Okay, so I should be able to use these now. And I've actually been interested in trying these out anyways, so this looks pretty cool. That does not look cool. I need to change the time, but I think this looks best. So let's just see how this works, if it works. What is this? Oh, whoops. I don't know. Wait. Expert-led project. Oh, I'm being silly here. Dude, none of these libraries have TypeScript types. Here we go. Okay. Failed to resolve entry for package flow by Svelte. The package may have incorrect main module exports specified in its package.json. Is there something I have to do to get this to resolve? Failed to resolve entry for package full byte Svelte. The package may have So if it's a dev dependency, it doesn't work. That makes not much sense. Okay, so right now I'm having some issues with getting this library to work. So why is it failing to resolve entry for package for Svelte? So is this what's causing my issue here? Is it huh? Am I doing something wrong on my end here? Because it doesn't seem like this is an issue for people right now. I'm just not really sure. Okay, so why is this not working? Okay, everybody, I think it's enough for me today. I need a fresh look at this tomorrow, but for now, I'm just going to remove this. I'm getting a bunch of getting a bunch of issues, and it's been a long day. So I won't be committing these changes, but everything should be working up to, let's see here. Okay, so all this is working again. I guess this is really the only thing that I changed. So yeah, we'll explore this more tomorrow or the next day. I do have a video coming out tomorrow morning. Should be live at like 10 a.m. or so on the next installment of the PocketBase and SvelteKit series. For those of you who are interested in that, but yep, I'm gonna head offline, chill out for a bit this evening, and I'll catch you guys next time I stream though.